Hello and happy new week to you. My name's Dion Johnson, and if you're wondering why my camera's off, it's because literally I have just jumped out of the shower but felt compelled to come to you with this message that just really jumped in my belly as I was taking a shower just now. And so, yeah, I'm just, it's hot off the press. I'm just bringing it to you afresh right now. You will have heard me speaking about this before if you've been in my world any length of time at all since the pandemic, because I've been really marveling at the company Zoom. Think about Zoom. You know what I'm talking about when I say Zoom. I'm actually recording this message via Zoom. I have my meetings. I largely run my meetings via Zoom since the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I would I would meet my clients face to face. I would really I would be meeting them face to face. And I'm just trying to think about if that's right. Yeah, meeting my clients face to face largely. And then I would use Skype. And then I started using Zoom a little bit before the pandemic. But it's their story that really fascinates me. What really happened was that the whole world shut down. Remember 2020, March 2020, the whole world shut down. And guess what we needed to do? We all needed to think about how we were going to use Zoom. Zoom became one of the five top growing companies at that time because there was a crisis and they were seen as the market to go for. They were seen as the market leaders. Everybody knew that they needed to either get Zoom or get better at Zoom or learn about Zoom or connect with Zoom when the pandemic hit. Why? Well, that's really fascinating because a couple of years before, actually 2012 is when Zoom first launched itself. And back then, they were a very struggling company in an oversaturated market. Skype was the market leader, and Skype really had the market. Like everyone did their meetings on Skype, everyone did that. And there were other conferencing platforms that were much more popular than Zoom because it was a newbie, and they really struggled to get investment, they really struggled to get people to recognize them. And yet, they carried on building their brand, they carried on doing their thing, they carried on assessing and evaluating their product and bringing out the next version and the next version and really improving and transforming its performance and measuring its success, like really developing their product without apology in this oversaturated market. They struggled so much. The stories of their struggle are really a fascinating read, and we see that Zoom carried on regardless in the face of adversity, in the face of anonymity, in the face of, marketplace giants. They decided that they were going to just keep going, building their brand, building their product, building their service. And it was relentless. They were relentless in this showing up in the marketplace. And we know the rest is history. 2020 hit, the world shut down and everybody needed an online solution, and Zoom was the destination of choice. I'm telling you this story afresh today because as I was in the shower just now, I realized that it's time for you to prepare, influential woman. It's time for you. Like the question came up for me was, when the next crisis hits, and as much as we like to be optimistic, we have to agree that there is going to be another crisis at some stage, at some point, whether that be a local crisis in your organization or in your industry or in your field, or a global crisis like what we saw happening in 2020, or a national crisis. I don't know what the crisis is going to be, but There's a certainty that there's going to be another crisis. And the question is, will you be like Zoom, the obvious choice, the one to go for? Will you be known for your thing so much that when this crisis hits, that you're the first one that springs to mind, that they will know that it's you that they need to reach out for? That this is critical at this time. I really believe that we have to prepare right now, be building our brand, be building our reputation, be building our message, be building our a marketplace presence, so that we distinguish ourselves, that we we tell people, we tell the world what we stand for, what we believe in, whose side we're on, what we bring to the market, what's our distinguishing feature, what is it about us that makes us the go-to choice. You see, if we start building that now, then guess what? When the crisis hits, you're likely to be top of mind. When you start building your audience now, when you start serving your people now, even in the face of adversity, even if no one knows who you are now, even if your message isn't even popular now, like think about that. Even if what you have to say isn't popular now, I can tell you that there's a time coming when there's going to be a need for what you have to say, because the landscape will shift. The stage is being set. The doors are being swinging open for your new sound, your new frequency, your new message. Will you be ready? Will you be ready? Will you be ready? And will you be the obvious choice when when the door opens, when the doors of opportunity swing open, when the stars align, when the situation, when the crisis comes, or when the situation hits in your organization, your industry, your field, your nation, your world? Will you be ready? I mean, I when I was thinking about this in the shower, I was thinking that there are some people under the sound of my voice right now. You're listening to this, and you need to start distinguishing yourself. You need to work out what it is that your leadership stands for, what the vision for your impact is. You need to work out what your products and your service, what you're selling. Even if you're employed, you know that you're selling something, right? What is that something? You need to get really clear and articulate and visible and vocal around this. And what some of you will need to write your book now. Some of you will need to decide what your book will be. Some of you will need to decide what your message is. Some of you will need to decide what it is that you stand for, that you're taking a stand for, what problem it is that you solve. And begin to be visible and vocal and publicly powerful around this. Now, now, before the crisis hits, before the door swings open, before the opportunity knocks. Can you see? Can you see that it's time for you to rise up and tell people who you are? It's time for you to find out and be sure and get clear about who you are, what you bring, what you stand for, what you're here to be and do and say and create and experience and express. Because now is a time to prepare. A time is coming when the time will come for your opportunity. A time is coming when it will be time for your opportunity. A time is coming when it will be time for your voice, your solution, your approach, your idea, your insight, your intellectual professional point of view. Will you be ready when the opportunity strikes? I am urging you to consider this, that I don't know when the next crisis is going to hit. I don't know how long you've got to prepare, but I'm urging you to come into a season of preparation. Understand that you were born for such a time as this. Understand that your life and your leadership is meaningful in the grand scheme of things, and that you need to sharpen this axe. You need to sharpen your leadership, sharpen your ideas about what your leadership is about, sharpen your delivery, your message, your approach, the thing that you're bringing. That sharpen you and your sovereign identity. your influential identity, your change maker identity. I hope you can hear me urging you to consider this. I know that a time is coming. It will be a window, a Kairos moment. It will be a window of opportunity for you to decide that you're ready to take a stand. So best now, whilst whilst you have time, be getting ready, be preparing yourself, be readying yourself for when that happens. If this is striking a chord, then please reach out. I want to show you how I can support you to get ready. For the time is coming. Your Kairos moment is coming.